Widmer Brothers Citra Bond Summer Brew. That's blonde. I've had a few. It's a little out of season. It's still delicious. Okay, so I always have a ton of projects lined up for the Down the Rabbit Hole series, right? And those all got pushed aside because Santa Claus brought a Wii U for Christmas, and I have been having so much fun playing it. I apologize beforehand because I feel like I'm nerding out a little bit on this because I've been having so much fun. I feel, I don't know, I mean, obviously I'm a little bit older, I'm not 15 anymore. I feel like I'm nerding out and that I've discovered something amazing again or something. And it reminds me when I was younger and I like bad games for the first time because I'm having so much fun with it being an idiot. Okay, let's just jump right into it. This is the controller. Okay, so obviously it's pretty big. I'm not like a huge man, but I mean it's friggin' big, and I have little tiny girl hands, so it's not like it's massive. Okay, so you've got whatever, your bumpers up here, triggers over there, directional pads, whatever you call them, on either side. Pretty standard, but then it has some really cool stuff. Okay, so this is your LCD screen, pretty awesome. This is touchscreen. Also functions as like a, well, it has a microphone and a camera. So what you can do is you can like Skype video chat if you want to do something like that. You can take pictures of yourself, take pictures of your dog, I don't know, all sorts of goofy shit. You can control your TV with this. It's I don't know. Is that a selling feature for the Wii U? I guess so. It's really, really, really cool. You can do so much goofy shit. It's so awesome. Basically what happens is, my real experience is also coming from playing like ZombieU and the Mario and something else. Nintendo Land, dabbling that here and there. But basically ZombieU, right? So what'll happen is like you're scanning, like you have to hold up like, you can look, use like this radar function. I don't even know how to describe what the exact terminology is. But you hold up your controller and then because the Wii U has a sensor on the front or whatever, you scan and you're looking on the LCD on your controller, so you're moving around and you're scanning it, and then that's what you're seeing. Does that make any fucking sense at all, or do I just need another blonde summer brew? So I don't know, you feel like you're in a game. Like when you go to bring up your scope for a weapon, you lift up the controller and then you tilt it, and then you look through the scope that you're looking through on your gun. You're looking through on the gamepad itself. You're not looking through on the TV. The TV will be showing your character like aiming the gun, lifting it up to their shoulder. And on the controller, you're actually looking down the scope of it. And then this guy, like in ZombieU, this guy is maintaining radio contact with you, right? So the entire time he's communicating with you, he's not communicating with you through the TV, he's communicating with you through the gamepad. And it's really fucking cool. It just makes for a lot of fun. I didn't really play much with the Wii, so maybe that's part. I mean, obviously I played the Wii. Excuse me, but I didn't go crazy with it. So I think that, I don't know, maybe that's part of why I'm so excited about it. It just feels like so much fun, and it seems like there is so much potential to use like this gamepad for, you know, further games and to see what they're gonna make with it in the future. When you go to pick locks, that's another good one. You go to pick locks or remove bars or something like that. You know, jimmy the touchpad, and then that corresponds to what your character is doing in game and stuff like that. And it's not crazy, but at the same time, it's way better than playing some dumbass, you know, line up the pipes game like in whatchamacallit, not Fallout, BioShock, or some goofy puzzle that they had in it. Was the second Mass Effect. That wasn't any fun either. So it's just a lot more fun. It's a lot more interactive. Gives you a better feeling of you're actually there, especially when you have sounds coming both over the gamepad and over the TV itself. You know, you can, your radar, I don't want to give too much, I guess, of the game away, but you have this radar that's pinging in the background, right? And if you're playing like with the lights off and things like that, like you're, you know, like this radar is pinging, also go, you know, and it senses the zombie, and anyway, the sounds are coming from both, and it's just, it's a lot of fun. The graphics, it took a notch above, obviously, what the Wii used to be. It's supposed to be able to go in 1080p HD graphics. They look, I don't know what their exact specifications are. From just eyeballing them, they look more or less comparable to, say, what the Xbox is capable of right now. I'm assuming that the next-gen systems, like Xbox 720, PS4, whatever it is, I'm assuming when they talk about and start unveiling more information on those later this year, they will probably be blowing the Wii U's graphics out of the water. But once again, they talked about having an emphasis on gameplay and fun and things like that, as opposed to graphics, which I'm all for. The graphics that I see on there look great to me, and the gameplay, is what far and away exceeds. That's what makes a game fun. It's not the graphics, it's the gameplay. What was interesting tonight, this will be a bit of a tangent, I apologize, but we were playing actually Dark Souls tonight, and I was live streaming, it was a lot of fun. But it was interesting because there was a part where I was climbing along these series of beams in some kind of building, right? And then there was this rope that was holding something there that I couldn't get to it. I might have been able to jump off and get to it. But what it wanted me to do was basically cut the rope and drop that chandelier down to the bottom floor, and then I made my way down to the bottom floor and I picked up the item later on. And I made this point in the live stream, but it's so interesting because, like, if you grew up playing games 10, 15, whatever, 20 years ago, like, it's your perspective, your perspective of what is and is not possible in video games is, I mean, it's somewhat fundamentally built on what is and is not possible on what you grew up playing. And it's funny because as someone who obviously grew up playing games a long time ago, relative to many of the people that are going to be watching this video, like, I look at something like that and I'm just, like, I'll walk almost right past it because that, a few years ago, like, that wasn't even possible to physically cut. Like, it's just, you can't do that. You can interact with very, very, very few walls and doors. And what you can interact with is oftentimes, it's a completely different color, or it's very obvious, it just looks out of place. And more often as time goes on, things like that are becoming, something of the past. And I just thought it was kind of interesting how, what the perspective is of someone who's, say, like, who's going to be growing up, who's playing games, say now or even 5 years from now, because that'll just be normal to them. They'd go back and play a game like the first Deus Ex or something like that and be like, well, why can't I shoot this, and why can't I blow up this wall, or why can't I crawl through this vent, or anyway, why can't I remove that? It wouldn't make any sense. I'm like, who the fuck would want to play something like this? There's such limited interaction with your environment. And what I love about the Wii U is it gives me more interaction with my environment, I feel like, than I've ever had before. Like I said, graphics, seem pretty good, not amazing. Not going to be blowing the current gen systems out of the water. Sound, I think, is awesome. Like I said, the whole combination of coming through the gamepad and the TV at the same time, super cool. Only downside with that is that, as someone who has a different schedule than their significant other, one of the options would be to, like, say, put headphones on or something like that. And because sound is coming through on both the gamepad and the TV, I haven't really experimented with it. It may or may not be possible to turn the sound off on the gamepad, but that's really part of the experience, so it makes it kind of tough if you want to, stay up and play late or something like that. That can be kind of tough to do that. The other issue is that the gamepad, it loses its battery, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 hours. So if you're expecting to pull, like, some marathon gaming session, you're probably going to want 2 of them. And I haven't looked up the cost, so I don't know how expensive they are. Huge, lots of, I love this. I hope I'm not going over on time here. The integration, basically, of a console with trying to become its almost sole multimedia device within the home. Oh my gosh, it's so much closer. Like, you can watch all your YouTube videos on there, full screen, 1080p on your TV. So cool. Automatically comes with all the, abilities to watch, like, Hulu, Amazon, Netflix, stuff like that, right? A lot of stuff that the Xbox has right now. It's got, like, the buddies list thing like that. Like I said, like, you sign up for your Nintendo whatever game tag, you can communicate with that way. And then, like, being able to, like, video chat with people, I think is super, super cool, especially as someone who lives, 2,000 miles away from friends and family. That's just, I don't know, I just think that's friggin' awesome. So that much closer to being something that you can, like I said, basically have this one device that does everything. The only thing that it doesn't do, obviously, that, is still sort of frustration on mine is the whole mouse and keyboard thing. Maybe they'll be throwing out an adapter. I was really disappointed to hear that Valve sounds like they're going that way with the Steam box. They're going to be going the controller route. That was the whole idea behind their recent renovation of the big pictures, what they call it on Steam. They're trying to make that accessible for controller menus. I know it's kind of here nor there. Anyway, so far, my limited exposure to it has been fantastic. I love it. It's not something that I would pursue to take anything seriously. I doubt there are going to be very many Wii U games played, you know, over MLG or something like that. But that said, it is an absolute blast to play and a lot of fun. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this, found it somewhat informative. As usual, any questions, comments, critiques, let me know.